So there's this issue I've had a problem with for a while. I'm a teenager who loves Bluey, coding, K-pop demon hunters, animals, Minecraft, Disney, embroidery, reading, and a lot of other things. Now, some of my interests are considered stereotypically childish. It's worth noting I've had many of these quote-unquote babyish interests since I was very young. I used to watch Dumbo every single day before I started going to school, and I've loved Frozen since I was about 3 or 4 when it first came out. I discovered Bluey a bit later, but I was still around 10. Well, for most people they move on to other interests by the time they're teens, which, by the way, is completely fine. I didn't, which is also completely fine. And there are some adults who continue to love or discover things like Disney and Bluey. Now there is some nuance and it's not always completely fine, but in the vast majority of cases it is. There's been a lot recently about how what have been labelled Disney adults, and more recently what has been labelled Bluey adults, are cringe and harmful. So I wanted to address that today. I've watched a few videos criticising Bluey adults and Disney adults. Now, to my surprise, there were actually a few things in these videos that I did agree with, but the majority of their points, in my opinion, are just wrong and unnecessarily hateful. I'm going to split this into the sections of the main points I've seen people make and then give my opinion on them. Firstly, probably the most common point people make is it being cringe. So for those who don't know, cringe means an inward feeling of awkwardness and embarrassment for somebody else. And I think cringe is often used to just hate on people for liking something. And I think that's what's being done in this case, and to be honest, this is the main point people make. I think probably because it's quite hard for people to rebuttal, because you can't control someone feeling that. So it's hard to argue against someone saying that something's cringe. But I personally don't think it's any kind of argument. This is going to be my main point of the video, but it's not hurting anyone. What's the issue?
What's the issue, dear?
Another point I've seen people make is that adults and teens who enjoy like Bluey and Disney and etc. are taking merch away from kids.
Won't somebody please think of the children?
Fans would apparently fight kids for the last piece of Bluey merch in the shop. If this did actually happen, that's horrendous and I don't condone that at all. Please don't do that, it's not okay. And ultimately, Bluey and its merch is designed for kids. However, I personally am nearly 16 years old and collect Bluey merch. And the thing is, I don't feel guilty about that because demand will meet supply. No, supply will meet demand. So if loads of adults and teens are buying Bluey merch, they will just make more Bluey merch. So kids won't actually be deprived of Bluey merch. Okay, next one is commenting on them. This is going to have some subsections as there are quite a lot of points that are made by this. So probably the most common thing is commenting on appearance. And this has nothing to do with your interest. And often it's about talking about the person's weight. And it's really sad. I could talk about this for ages, why it's not okay, but to do with this, it has literally nothing to do with interests. When people don't like someone, they make comments on their appearance. That's just how the internet works, unfortunately.
The internet's getting worse. The internet's getting worse.
Take the situation with the Snow White movie. I recently started watching and, well, it's not the best. I think it's pretty good. And while I don't think what the actress said about the original was particularly great, but people making about her appearance is just unnecessary and mean. It's the same with politicians. People always criticize their appearance rather than the actual politician, and I just don't like it. In my opinion, you shouldn't be commenting on people's appearance just because you don't like them as a person. Sorry for that tangent, but I just felt it needed to be said. Then there's talking about people's mental state or disabilities. So saying things like they have mental issues, they're autistic, things like that, or just saying they have a straight up bad life. Now, firstly, these things should not be used as insults. They are labels that are given to people to get them help if they need. I also think that there's enough of just saying someone has something because of a completely normal thing they do. Now, I personally am disabled, and Bluey really does give me comfort through all of that. And I think there are quite a lot of disabled people who find Bluey and other stereotypically childish things comforting. I'll discuss later the deeper themes argument, but it is ultimately, for the most part, a very simple show. It is a kids' show, and I think for some people, including me, that simplicity and lack of jeopardy and lack of things going on is a nice escape from life. I'd also like to add that that's not only a thing for disabled people. The world is so difficult for everyone. We all have so much going on in our lives. And if the way you cope by that is by watching a kids show, that is okay.
Loud! Dark!
Ultimately, while there may be a higher proportion of disabled people who like Bluey, using that as an insult or a way to prove that adults who like Bluey or any other stereotypically childish interest shouldn't like Bluey is just wrong. On this topic, one of the videos I watched about this called some people the R slur. Now, this is a slur for a reason. It's unfortunately coming back into mainstream language, and it's really upsetting. If you'd like to learn more about why disabled people and specifically people with intellectual disabilities do not like this word, I will have an iCard with a video I watched that explained it well. However, if you don't want to watch that, please just don't use this word. This is not sponsored or anything, I just don't like it. The last subsection of this section is called unemployed. They got me, guys. I've been unemployed for 15, nearly 16 years now. Sorry. Ever since those child labour laws came into place, we've all been completely reliant on our parents. Okay, jokes aside. Now, there is a lot of unemployment, and that's bad from whatever perspective you're looking at it from. A lot of unemployed people are struggling, so like I mentioned earlier, they might use Bluey as a way to try and escape real life. And it's not something to use as an insult. My next point is similar to cringe. It's people feeling uncomfortable around others having strong emotions when it comes to things that they wouldn't be emotional about. There's a lot of videos of adults crying when they go to Disney, which to many seems like an overreaction. And I am just guessing that a lot of these videos are probably people trying to get somewhere on social media. But for people who are genuinely so excited they are crying, isn't that just beautiful? There are so many bad things in the world, so many horrible things to cry about. So if somebody has found something that makes them so happy they are moved to tears, isn't that just beautiful? Even if you wouldn't be moved to tears by what they're crying at, why not just feel happy for that person? So another thing these videos brought up was the toxicity of the Bluey fan base. I don't really have much to say on this, as other than on here, which is a very small channel, and my WhatsApp channel, which is slightly bigger but still very small, and some of my friends, I don't really interact with Bluey fans, so I don't really feel I can give an opinion on that. I think a lot of online fandoms are unfortunately very toxic, but let me know your thoughts on that down in the comments. A lot of people, when they try to justify why they like Bluey, they talk about how deep it is. Now, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of deep themes in Bluey, from infertility, death, and adult jokes, and so much more. And I mean, my channel is based on theories and analysis, so I'm not saying that it's not deep, but ultimately it is a kids show. And when I say it's a kids show, I don't mean that other people who aren't kids can't enjoy it. And actually about 50% of Bluey fans are over 12, as I discovered in a recent video. But just that it's aimed at kids, and that's okay. It's not going to be as deep as like an adult movie, and that is okay. I just don't see the point that it's deep at all justifies liking it either, because it's not a point at all you could go back and forth. The only thing you need to justify liking it is that you enjoy it, you're not harming anybody. I do get that Bluey or Disney or whatever interest isn't going to be for everyone, and that's completely okay. It's like for me, watching football or being a furry or reading manga isn't something that I'm going to enjoy. So I just don't watch or do those things, but I'm not going to hate on anyone for liking them. In my opinion, if you aren't hurting anyone, if you're having fun and enjoying your interest, I really don't think there is any issue. I think some people just enjoy hating and roasting on people rather than giving valid criticism. As basically does everyone does, I like to think I'm quite open to having opinions change, so I'm open to hearing perspectives in the comments. But so far I've never heard any good arguments why adult fans of typically kids stuff get so much hate. However, while I'm open for there to be debate, I am not open for there to be hate, so let's all be kind and respect others' opinions. I honestly doubt I'm going to change anyone's opinion with this, as I think most people watching will be watching for catharsis, and that's okay. I hope you feel accepted in your interest. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and goodbye!
Zoe.
Socks.
Theo.
Leela!
Bluey Clan's Corner.
Please subscribe and watch another video!